What's going on, everybody? It's Carmine from Barmine Tech, and today we're going to be talking about Proxmox VE8. So, yes, it's the older version of Proxmox, but we're going to be talking about it today for a different reason, and that's because it is coming up to end of life, end of support, and the end of August. So, I did talk about this a few weeks ago, and we're going to talk about it again today because it is really important that you prepare properly for the end of Proxmox 8. What it really means by the end of Proxmox 8 is not that the operating system will be unusable or it's going to go away, it's going to magically disappear. It just means that Proxmox as a development team is no longer going to support it. They're no longer going to offer security patches or updates. This is very critical at a point where there's a new vulnerability every day, that if there's no more security patches, this could lead to potential threats down the road to your Proxmox server. Now, there's a couple parts of this to understand. So, Proxmox is a Debian-based operating system, and Debian Bookworm is becoming end of support as well in July. So by the end of July, Debian Bookworm will be going end of support, and that is why we've been moving everything in Proxmox to Debian Trixie. So if you are somebody who's already on 9, you don't have to worry about this, or maybe you're a Debian user and you already have upgraded to Debian Trixie, you can see the correlation. So that's why Proxmox is end of life in Proxmox 8, and we're going full steam ahead on Proxmox 9. So these are the reasons why it's really important to either prepare to upgrade or come up with another solution before the end of August for Proxmox 8. So today we're going to talk about how to upgrade from Proxmox V8 to 9. We're going to go through the steps and a little bit more on it. So if you are somebody who's still running Proxmox 8, today we're going to go through how you can get that updated to 9 or some other options if you don't want to upgrade. So let's get right into them. So let's talk about the big thing in the room, and that is this banner up here if you're still running Proxmox VE8 saying that support will end. If we click it over here, it's going to bring us over to the support matrix, and over here you can see that it's coming end of support, end of life. If we scroll down a little bit more, it's going to bring us to the Proxmox upgrade 8 to 9, and over here it's actually going to give us all the steps on how to do so. Now, there's a couple things to talk about here that could lead to potential issues. As you can see, I have an empty Proxmox server. There's nothing on here, so my upgrade should work pretty seamlessly. If you're somebody who has a bunch of virtual machines or containers, and especially stuff that's on older operating systems, anything that's before Bookworm or anything like that, there may be some issues down the road migrating them from 8 to 9. I'm not going to say that's the case, but it always is a risk when we do these big version changes like this. It's going to be more on the Linux side, though, if anything. So if you are somebody who's running like an older Windows box, you don't need to stress as much. So one thing to note, if you are somebody that's running older machines on your Proxmox server, like older Linux machines, such as older versions of Ubuntu or older Debian distros, there are always the possibility of some issues down the road with the upgrade from 8 to 9. We do need to keep in mind that a lot of things have changed on the core server itself, especially when it comes to the LXC containers, because they do live off the same kernel as the host itself. So when we start modifying stuff on the host itself, and we have older LXCs on older distros of Linux or anything like that that are sharing the kernel, there is the potential for some sort of issue there. I'm not going to say that that's fully the issue, but it wouldn't hurt to make sure we get everything up to date fully on all of our containers and virtual machines and have backups of everything before we do anything. Now, another step to do is to really make sure you have good, valid backups, because we do want to make sure that we have a complete copy of the system off the system in case anything does happen. So if you're somebody who runs Proxmox backup server on another machine, that would be really great, because then you could have separate backups from your server that if anything does happen, you could always restore all those virtual machines and get everything rebuilt. I'm not going to say that this is going to be the case, but it always is good to have backups on anything like this. Now, before we get into the upgrade, I do want to talk about what's new in Proxmox 9. Now, this is the original release page from when Proxmox 9 was dropped. And you can see a lot of the new features is now we're based on Debian 13 Trixie, like I said. We have better VM snapshots or LVM on thick provision LVM storage. We have big upgrades to the SDN or the software defined networking. We have some new metrics for server analytics. We have a better web interface if you're somebody who uses it on mobile. Again, we have the Debian 13 Trixie on a newer kernel. They're actually on Linux kernel 7 now. We got off of 6. We have new capability for QEMU. We have some new Ceph stuff, and there's a lot more. And on top of it, there's been big upgrades to HA with HA rules, how that works, QCOW and TPM. We have OCI support for containers. So if you weren't familiar now, you can actually start to go through an OCI registry to use Docker containers as an LXC container. And there's been a lot more on top of it. There's even more going on if we come over here and we check out the roadmap. They're actually going to come through and talk through all the changes that have been made to Proxmox 9 across the line and where they expect to be on the progression through this roadmap as well. So there's a lot of changes from 8 to 9 if you already weren't familiar, and you could read through them more detailed if you are interested here. But Proxmox 9 has been around for quite a while now. It's been almost a year, so I would say it's a very reliable, solid OS to be running, and there should be no issues when we start to move over to it now. So now let's actually start working on the upgrade itself. So it is nice about Proxmox, especially going from 8 to 9 or any of their versions, there is an option for an in-place upgrade, and that's all we can work on over here. So they do have a list for it. They have some prerequisites to make sure everything's valid before you do anything. Like I mentioned, make sure you have backups, make sure everything's all set up properly, just in the off chance that you do run into an issue. What we do want to make sure first is that we do have everything up to date. So I do want to just validate that I have my newest subscription. Everything looks good there. I'm going to run all these updates, and then we'll be right back, and then we're going to go into the next steps of actually doing this PVE 8 to 9 upgrade. Okay, so I just did my regular upgrades through the web UI, so now if I just close this back out and we refresh this, we should see everything looks all good. One thing you do want for the upgrade is like a console access, whether it's through a KVM or an IPMI. Typically, I have just done it through SSH and I haven't had any issues, so I'm going to do it that way today. But if you are on a physical server with IPMI, I would suggest to do it through there, or if you have a console cable or KVM, that would be the most ideal way in the situation that we do lose like the remote console or anything like that. I'm just going to do a little bit of side-to-side action to make this a little bit easier. So pretty much now we just need to go through the steps for the in-place upgrade. So what I really do like about the Proxmox team is they give us a command, and it is built in that actually will go and verify that our server is ready to go from 8 to 9. So all you need to do is just do PVE 8 to 9. This is a tool that's going to run through and it's going to check anything to make sure if there's any issues or anything that needs to be addressed before you actually go through the update. So if you look over here, you can actually see there are potential issues, failures, warnings, anything that might need to be addressed, and it actually will tell us over here in the output of the script that just ran. So I actually do have a issue, and this is a pretty common one if you're somebody who's been running 8. It was just how it was built in originally, so I need to make this a little bit bigger so I could actually get this. This is something that you'll most likely will see, and this is from the system boot from Debian Bookworm going to Debian Trixie, so this is why it just needs to be addressed. But if we come over here, so I just went over to that page and it actually will give us the steps on how to resolve this issue. So what I did to resolve this issue was I just did apt removed systemd. So it's just right over here in my recent commands. For whatever reason, they don't give you the resolution in this little post over here. But if you look it up, there's plenty of other posts like on the forum and stuff from other people who've had the same issue. I remembered it was something simple when I did it on my server, but I just didn't recall. I reran the PVE 8 to 9 check and everything's good now, so I'm actually good to start the process. I'm going to hit clear. One thing you could do also is PVE 8 to 9 tac full. Now this does a more in-depth check just to verify everything, and you see once again everything looks good. So I'm going to hit clear. We're going to scroll down a little bit, and now over here we can actually start the process to do the update. So now we can actually start to work on the upgrade itself. So we're going to do a apt update. And over here, we're just going to make sure that all of our repositories are up to date. Now we're going to do an apt dist tac upgrade. And again, this is going to make sure that the current operating system is fully up to date. Then we're going to do a PVE version. And it's going to return that we're still on 8.4.19. That's fine. That's what we're looking to do. This is just following the suggestions from their guide. Now we can come over here, and the next steps are actually to update our repositories to use Trixie. So there's 2 of them in here. One is for the regular sources, and then the other one's for the enterprise. So if you are somebody who has an enterprise version of Proxmox, make sure that you put the enterprise ones in. If you're not, make sure you don't put the enterprise ones in because they won't work properly. So we're just going to come over here and we're going to copy this command. What this is going to do is going to write this to the etc apt sources.list, and it's just going to put the proper repositories in here for Trixie. I click paste. Over here, you can see that this next section actually is just talking about the enterprise one again. So if you are somebody that's on enterprise, just make sure that you follow this over here. One thing we do need to do is make sure that we're no longer going to be using the bookworm stuff. We do nano/etsy/apps/sources.list. And then here, we're just going to make sure that everything's now in Trixie, and it looks like it is. So I'm just going to hit Control X. We do apt update. And you can see now all these repositories are actually starting to be pulled through. And I have 590 packages that are ready to be upgraded. Now we're getting to the point where we could actually do the upgrade from 8 to 9. I'm going to skip through this stuff over here for Ceph because I don't use it, and I don't think the majority of you are probably going to be using it. But if you are, make sure that you read through. And now over here, we're getting up to the apt update and apt dist upgrade. So again, I already did the apt update, so we're going to do the apt dist upgrade. And this is actually going to work to update our server. So this is going to take a little bit. You can see there's a couple prompts, so it's going to ask if I want to continue. This is actually just to install all the new features. So this is going to be the process to actually bring us up to date and bring us to Proxmox 9. It's going to take a little bit. It's going to have a couple prompts here and there. And we'll be back when it's all done. Some of the stuff that will come through while you run this update is this change log. When this pops up, if you want to read through it, you can, or you can just hit Q and it will continue to process through. And then we're going to start getting some other pop-ups as well. So it's going to ask us for what kind of keyboard layout we want. You can select it there. It'll continue to run through. And if we look down here, it's going to ask for how we want to configure this configuration. I'm going to answer default, all those which are going to be N. You can answer however you'd like, but I'd suggest doing the default because that seems to be the best option. So I'm just going to click that. And I'm going to let this continue to run. And any of the other ones that pop up, I'm going to do the same thing. And after a real long time, my update's finally done. Yours may be faster. It really depends on your system hardware and some other stuff about your machine. If I do a PVE version, you can see over here now we're on 9.2.3. So now the machine is actually fully up to date. It is still suggested to reboot it because we do need to boot into the new kernel and everything else that's been applied through this update. So I'm going to do that now. And my server just rebooted. It came back up and you can see up here in the top left, we're on 9.2.3. Everything's fully up to date and we're all good to go. If we check back, everything's still applied over here. I have the no subscription repositories for Trixie for the updates. We can come over here, we can refresh, and there shouldn't be anything because we just did all the updates. Because he actually failed, there's an enterprise one in place, that's fine. We can come back. This may happen as well. Just make sure that you disable this over here, reload it, and then you should be all good. So if I refresh again, that should work. But now we have the server that's fully up to date on PVE 9. So now you can have your server on a supported version of Proxmox, as well as all the new features that have been added to Proxmox 9 that were not in Proxmox 8. Now there are a couple things to mention if you are looking to upgrade from 8 to 9 that I forgot to mention earlier. If you're somebody who's doing any sort of PCI pass-through or GPU pass-through, that will have to be addressed. It should go through, but there may be some issues going through, so you may have to redo it when you get the update done, so just keep that in mind. There are docs on Proxmox's site about that, so you can read into it first before you do the update. There are some known issues with using Veeam, so if you're somebody who doesn't use Proxmox backup server and use Veeam instead, there may be an issue with Veeam and going through the upgrade where it will not be able to restore or anything like that. Other than that, though, you should be all good running your update from 8 to 9 and getting your server all up to date and fully supported for going forward. Another option in place of doing this whole upgrade, if maybe it doesn't seem to be viable or it just isn't going to be the best option, you could just install the operating system on a fresh box, or you could just start over and reinstall it. So of course this does depend on your setup. If you're just running a simple home lab, it could work if you have some allowance for downtime, or if you are looking to build a new system, this could be a really good time to build a new system and plan it out so you can build a new system and install the new server. This is what I ended up doing. It worked out really nicely for me. I did have 9 running on my old mini lab, but it was broken and had a lot of issues, so it was nice to get a clean build going on my new server when I built the Epic server like a month or so ago. This also may not be the option for people if you run Proxmox in Enterprise or on a larger scale or anything that has real operational needs. So doing the in-place upgrade is probably going to be the best option for you unless you're able to budget for new hardware as well. But just doing a fresh install could be a really good option if there is a ton of errors in your PVE 8 to 9 script, or it just is a good time to do a clean install. Just remember, you need to get off of PVE 8 by August 31st so you can ensure that you're going to get all the security patches and updates as they go on. By August 31st, there'll be no more security patches or updates to Proxmox 8. So just make sure you have some sort of plan by then for your Proxmox server. So that's how we upgrade from Proxmox 8 to 9 and everything you need to know about it. As always, I want to thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video. As my buddy Don would say, hack till it hurts.